The Painting with Magic Show with Brandon Thomas is brought to you by BrandonThomasArtSupply.com.
Hey, it's Brandon here with the Painting with Magic Show, and today I want to do a special little painting for you guys. Today what we would do is start with a black canvas. We haven't done a black canvas in a while, and so what I've done is I covered that with some of my signature black gesso, okay? Black gesso right here, and then let that dry. Then once it dries, you're going to put a thin coat of amazing clear medium on this canvas. So maybe about a teaspoon of this. After that is on, you want to take a paper towel and rub over the whole canvas. Okay, so you'll make sure you rub over that whole entire canvas with a paper towel. That way that you get a good surface. Because if you don't wipe it with a paper towel, it's going to be too slick. And you don't want to do that. So I'll cover that with some of that. And this is a Fredrix Red label canvas. Double primed 16 by 20. And the oil paint that I'm using is the Grumbacher pre-tested, okay? And these colors that I'm using today will be in the description below, so you can copy and paste those into Google and order your paint that you need, and easily print you off a little something so you can see what colors you need for this project. So with that, let's get monkey-faced. Okay, I'm going to take a 2-inch brush. I'm going to some yellow ochre. And we'll reach over and grab a little bit of cadmium yellow light with that. And these are some opaque colors, but we'll be okay. So we'll just take and load it up on both sides of the brush. Alright, let's go to the canvas now. Okay, so right here, I'm going to start adding in this color. Right there where I want to glow to see that. Alrighty, that looks pretty good right there. Right in the bottom area here. We may have some water in this one. I don't know yet. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey, well, let's go back down to the palette now here. I just want to grab a little bit of this red, right with those colors. Right with them. And I'm going to take a little burnt umber with that as well. Just to put it in there. A little touch of burnt umber with that. Just to kind of gray that down just a little bit. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go back up here now. And I want to focus around this area here. So I'm going to put it right next to it. Something about like so. So you can really see that shine through on this black canvas. And then the same thing, just put that in the water. Work at it just a little bit more. I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to grab a little touch of blue. Work that in that color as well. Kind of getting a purpley color. And then I paint that right inside there with it. Right in there with it. Maybe a little more burnt umber with it. Okay, so just continue working on this area here. And I'll just put that in the water too. Same old color. I'm not exactly sure what kind of painting we're going to come out with today. Who knows? But I want to do something with the black canvas. It's something a little different than what we normally typically do. So there's that. I'll tell you what. I'm going to wash that brush real quick. Okay, now that my brush is clean, I'm going to take some of this Prussian blue. Just some Prussian blue here. Just a little bit. Just right on the old 2-inch brush. Okay, I'm going to go right up here canvas. And I'm going to start on this corner here. And I'm going to work that down. And this red will create a barrier in between these, the blue and everything, so don't get green. Even though green's an awesome color, I don't want green in the sky today. Okay, right in that water it goes. Just Prussian blue. Nothing's mixed with this. This is just Prussian blue. Okay. And then on this side, we'll do the same exact thing. Paint all the way to the top. And in the water he goes as well. And there, painting's done. Good. Thank you for watching. No, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna fix it up. We're gonna make it. Oh, we're gonna make it good. Okay, I think that's good right there. Nice thin coating. Now, one thing I want to mention is whenever you put amazing clear on your canvas, you don't want a lot. You're gonna put maybe a teaspoon on, and then after that, you're gonna take a paper towel and wipe the whole canvas down. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna have a mess up here. You will not have that grip that you need, because you need grip. A little more blue right there real quick. You need grip on here, because if you don't put that on correctly, you're gonna have a big, bad, beautiful mess on your hands. And I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to be good. So I want you to get mucky faced on it. So make sure when you put Amazing Clear on, you're not putting on too much. You just put on a little bit, and then you'll see it get shiny on this black canvas, and you'll see it all wherever it's at. Then take a paper towel and wipe it down. You want to use a decent paper towel, because if you use a really, really cheap one, you'll get little fuzzy balls on there. You don't want little fuzzy balls. So you make sure that you use a decent paper towel, wipe it all down, and then you're ready to get mucky faced on it. Okay? So I'll tell you what. I'm gonna wash this brush again. Now that my brush is nice and clean, let me just beat that again a little bit. Now that my brush is nice and clean, I want to bring that background to life. And to do that, I need white. I need titanium white. So I load this brush into titanium white. So there's a nice thing of titanium white here, not too much, okay? And tell you what, let's go to the canvas now. Okay, so right through here, we're going to take this brush and we're going to do X strokes right in here. Okay? Now do not, I repeat, do not go back into that yellow color. Because when you do, you will destroy it. You will destroy it if you do that, okay? So don't do that. Let this work out. I load the brush one time. And now we are working it out. The outer edges. Right on the outer edges. I'm trying to do this as evenly as possible because I want it to be an even color. Even. Okay, and it gets darker and darker at the corners. Okay. That was one load. That was one load of paint. That was it. Now, as you can see right through here, it has a little small ribbon of blue up there. Okay, little small ribbon of blue. And then, if you're going to come back in here again, which we will wash that brush again. You're going to be a good brush washer to paint. Okay, so make sure you get in there and get that brush nice and clean. Now, I'm not going to add any paint in here. I'm just going to take the brush as it is. As it is. And I'm going to come in here and just soften it down. Just a little more. Just a little more. Make sure that brush is good and dry. Because if it's not good and dry, then you're going to strip your paint right off this canvas. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of circle. Because I want to get rid of that harder line. But it doesn't matter. We'll have some clouds in here. But for the most part, I just want to kind of try to help that out just a little bit more. Okay. Good. I'm going to grab a 1-inch brush real quick. And I'm going to add a little titanium white to it. Just a little bit. And I'm just going to go right through here with it. Just a little bit through here. I'm going to do a little bit of a circle. Just to kind of help fix some stuff through there. Just because I want to change it up just a little bit. Then I will take my Hake brush. And just soften it. Just soften it. Soften it down just a little bit. There we go. Good. There. Pretty nice. There we go. And I'll take that 1-inch brush and just put a little bit of that in the yellow area. And work that out. Work it out. Just like that. See that? Gives you a beautiful, beautiful little thing right there. Good, good. Okay, tell you what. Let's mix up a cloud color. Let me grab an old palette knife here. And we'll go to the palette. I'm going to take right here, mix my color up with some titanium white. Right there. Titanium white, Prussian blue, some red in that, and a little burnt umber will go in there with it. See, a little bit of color, mostly white. Nice color. Good. Good. I like that color. Okay, I'm going to wipe this knife off real quick. I've just grabbed the number 6 fan brush here, and I'm going to load my brush right into that paint. Okay. And let's go over here and put a few little clouds in here. Okay, so I'm going to throw in some little shadow clouds. And I start up here. Okay, there we go. And I'm doing it up here first because I need to get that paint off that brush. I'm going to add a little more red to this color. A little more red to this color. Because we're getting into the scary zone. Scary zone. There we go. Little few like so. Little few. Okay, just like that. And then I'll wash that brush. And then I'm going to take some titanium white and some of this yellows together. And just a drop of some of that Grumbacher red there. More white with it. Okay, now let's go back up here again. I'm going to just take this brush and push in like that. Wipe off that brush every time you do it. Wipe it off every time you do it. Just push. Oops, gotta wash that brush again. If you get a lot of dirt in your brush, you will need to wash that brush again. Okay? Don't try to maximize it. Sometimes you can only get one stroke. So don't try to go extreme with it, you know. Sometimes that's all you can get is one stroke. Every stroke, I always wipe off that brush. Always wipe it off. Okay? Then over here's another one. We're just pushing it in like that. Just like that. Just like that right there. Wipe off the brush. And sometimes it needs to go on top. It depends on where the light is coming from. Depends on where the light is coming from in here in this painting. Maybe there. That looks pretty good. Something like so. Something like so. And then a little on top won't hurt it none. A little on top won't hurt it none. We just want a nice little glow in here. Nice little glow. Could be a little bit up here on the top too. Who knows? Okay, with that there, we're done with that there. I'm gonna wash that brush. It's important to always try to keep a brush clean and dry. So now we'll just soften over all those clouds right through there. Just in the areas with the little, with that little bit right there. Just that little bit. There you go, you see? Nice and soft, good to go. And I'm going to take a little white paint on my finger. Just like that. And I'm about right here. There we go. There we go, there's that. And then I'll take the Hake brush again and just soften her down. And then real quickly, I'll just take some titanium white on a fan brush, just like this right here. And then right here, this moon's at. Just a few little moon rays coming in. Now, people say moon rays. The moon shines. The moon still has some shine to it. Don't forget that. Moon does have some shine in there still. It still has some shine in there still. And I'll just soften them down just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. There we go. Alright, it's good. I'll tell you what I want to do next to this sky. I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun. And I just added a little bit of paint thinner to it, okay? I want this to be thin. I'm going to add a little more with it. I have a little tin down there of mineral spirits down there, some terpenoid. And And I just got thin enough to where I can spatter. Just thin enough to where I can do that. Okay? I'm going to set my palette down real quick. And I'm going to go up here with my fan brush. And I'm just going to spatter in a few little things on this side here. Some few little stars are in there. Little stars. You see that? Oh man, that's cool. Little galaxy type painting, you know what I'm saying? Pretty neat stuff. There we go. Few little stars in there. And I wash that brush again. I'm always washing my brush. That way I always have a clean one ready to go. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to put a little star in here too. But it's taking that liner brush through that thin down paint already. So I got a nice little point on my liner brush here. And I'm just going to go somewhere over here and we'll put a little star in. And so just right over here, I'm just going to make like a little plus sign, like a little cross there. And that instantly gives you a few little stars, indications there in your sky. And we'll do the other side over here. Maybe just one that lives over here. And we'll just put just two over here on this side. There we go. Good. Okay, so now that we have our little beautiful little sky in there, something simple, you can take it a little farther as you go and you paint. And I want to paint a mountain in here, some trees, and I think then we'll have a finished little painting. So I'll tell you what, let's take that old palette knife, and I want to make this color that we use for the clouds just a little darker. So I'll tell you what, let's go down to the palette. Okay, so I got that color, I'm going to add a little ivory black to that color, just a little bit. Okay, same old colors we had before, I just added a little black to it. And a little roll of paint right on the edge of my knife. And I'm going to go up here now, put a little mountain in. Now you need to make a decision as to where your mountain's going to be. To me, I want my mountain over here. I don't want something that's too strong and powerful today. I just want something nice and kind of subtle in this painting. And yep, our highs are coming to the left today. See this mountain here? I wanted something a little bit different than normally do. There's that. Nice little mountain. So just keep scraping out this little paint. You can just make some little peaks up as you go. Something simple today. I'm not wanting nothing too extreme today. Something about like that. Something less simple. And then I'll go to my 1-inch brush and I'll pull that paint out just a little bit. I don't need to pull it out too much, but I need to just soften that paint down a little bit. And this achieves a couple things. This allows the paint to smooth out, fill up your mountain some more, and make it easier for you to highlight your clouds, your mountain. I'm going to go take that 1-inch brush, I'm going to run it through some titanium white real quickly and just add it in. Some mist right at the bottom of this. Okay, let's go down to the palette now and make a little highlight color for these mountains. So I took titanium white and I'm going to take some yellow ochre, and some red with that. Now, less red, because the red's the strongest color on there. I'm going to take more white, bunch of white, because we're going to use this color not only for the mountain, but I think we'll use it for rock as well. So I want to keep this marbled. See how it's marbled? Maybe more yellow in there. There's some more yellow in there. Maybe a little more yellow ochre with it. Marbled and nice and beautiful marble. Beautiful marble. Okay, and I'm going to take a little roll of that paint right on the small end of the knife. Let's go over to the canvas now. Now since our moon's right over here, I'll tell you what, really quickly. I'm going to add more white to my palette real quick. Okay, just real quickly, I just loaded my fan brush back into white again. And I just wanted to add just a little bit of that in there. Just to kind of make it a little bit more powerful. Okay. A little more powerful there. See? See? Not powerful. And I'm getting a little bit of mountain color now, but that's okay. There we go. See that? I made this a little more powerful. Back with your finger with some paint on it. Just smack it on there just one more time again. Then I'll just grab a little Hake brush that just has been painted with yet on here. And soften that down just a tiny bit. Now we're ready to go here and highlight our mountain. So right here we go. Right down the mountain it goes. Right down it goes. Like I said, I'm using the small edge of the knife today. Boom. Beautiful. Then a little bit. Just a little bit on that side. Then we need a shadow color, which we'll use that mountain color. Maybe we'll take more white with that mountain color. And a little blue. You've seen me make these mountain colors before, but I just wanted to just do it real quickly. All it was the same old mountain color we used on the Will It Go. I just added a little more white and a little more touch of blue to it. Just a little bit more of that to it. See that? There. Just something like that. I want it to be kind of just like this right there. Just like this right there. Kind of like it's split in half there, you see? I wanted some sharp edges in that. There. That's good. And then I can just soften the base down with a little bit of titanium white. That's on that brush still. And I'm going to call that mountain done. Easy. That's a good one. Okay. Alrighty. Tell you what, let's go to the palette now. I'm going to mix up a color now on the palette for my trees. I'm going to take some sap green, some ivory black, tell you what, Thalo green in that, Prussian blue in there, red, all of our dark colors with red in it will do just fine. Then just tap that brush into that paint. Get a nice, do a nice little load. And let's go back up here to this canvas now. Okay, so now we'll make a decision is where is my little trees going? And I want to make a powerful statement here today. Where we had that moon coming in, we're going to make it look like those trees. You can see through them. And so we will make a color for that. But first, we'll take that dark color and we'll just start tapping in some trees. Tapping in some trees through here. And I'm going to leave this open here. I'm going to maybe put a little dot there. And then over here, we put some more of these trees in. Okay, back on this side. This is a gorgeous little painting. I think that this is going to be a fun little project for you to do. I'm just going to reload my brush and some more of those colors again. Black, blue, burnt umber, sap green in there. Little Grumbacher red. Just going to put that mountain back there just a little bit. But these colors on a black canvas, just awesome. Just awesome. And then down here at the bottom, we will fill in some color. But leave a hole. Leave a hole. We'll come back and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. And just fill this in with some dark color. There. Don't worry about the water. Don't worry about that old water yet. Don't worry about that old water. I'm going to grab myself another 1-inch landscape brush. Let's go to the palette now. Here's where we're going to make a color. We're going to take titanium white, yellow ochre, and we're going to take a little bit of burnt umber with that. Burnt sienna, if you have it, would be a good color for this. I just don't want to use any of that right now today. I'm taking a little bit of red with it, a little yellow ochre again with that color, and again, maybe a tiny touch of the burnt umber. I'm gonna use a limited palette today. Let's tell you what. Let's go now back up here to this canvas. Right through here, we're gonna take this color here and just tap it. Just tap it in. That burnt umber color. Maybe a little more burnt umber with it. You see this? These trees are just gonna be like it's just shining through them trees. Then back to the dark brush again. And then kind of work it into that. There. You see that? There we go. Then I will grab a liner brush and I will thin down some of that dark color we were using. Just a little bit of that dark color on a liner brush. And just quickly do some of that. Now, where you got a black canvas, you have to scratch in some of that black through. So you can do it that way. You can. Okay, and then real quickly, I will take some of that sunshine color and I'll thin it down with the liner brush, that color we used for the mountain. And I will just quickly add in a few tree trunks and things that live in this little painting here. Right inside here. Okay. Maybe a few little dots right through there. Maybe through here some. And then a few that live back here. And that paint don't stick anymore, just add a little more thinner to it. Don't take much. Don't take much. Okay. I think with that right through there, that looks pretty good. We're not going to see everything goes through here anyway, but it's just nice to have a few little areas. Next, we will take and wash that brush. Wash a 1-inch brush. I get a clean one. Okay, so now that we have our basic painting is sketched in here, it's blocked in. I want to highlight those trees. And to highlight those trees, for the most part, I want to use Thalo green, titanium white. But where the sun is shining at, that's where I want to power in some of this mountain highlight color. So we have this mountain highlight color down here. That's going to be our main highlight here. But then we'll go into Thalo blue and Thalo green. And so I'll tell you what. Let me take a little tiny bit of paint thinner on this brush. I'm going to go right into a little bit of this mountain color. I need to save some of this for later. I'm just going to tap right into this color. Okay. And I'm going to go right back here to the back of this canvas here now. And start putting in some highlights, okay? Let's go back up here. So just imagine where the moon's hitting it at. Where is the light hitting it at? Right through there, that sun's hitting it. That old moon, I'm sorry. Just a drop there. And then we'll put just a little drop on that one. Just little droplets there. So there's one there. And then maybe over here's a little bit there. Maybe it just touches that one over here. Just barely grazes that tree. It hits this one a little bit. It hits over here just a little bit. But, you know, we just want to make sure that we are not going to overpower this. It starts feeling good, and you want to just do the whole thing. But not do the whole thing. Wash that brush again. Alright, let's go down to the palette now. I had some Thalo green on here, and I'm going to grab some titanium white real quickly. And go right through Thalo green with that brush, with that same color, with that white on it. Okay, and then I'm going to grab just a drop of thinner to get this to thin down. You can also use Amazing Clear too, but I'm just going to grab a drop of paint thinner real quick. And I'll shake off the excess. And I just shook off the excess into my little bucket there, just to make sure I got it off, just a drop. Okay, and let's take this now and go up here and start highlighting some trees. Now, we'll use this color to just highlight some trees. Think about individual shapes. Think about individual shapes. Okay, think about the shapes of your trees. This is like the shadow of all this. You could even add a little more phthalo green to it just to darken it up, just to get some different shades that rolling through. But let's continue working over here. I'm going to take a little bit more of that phthalo green with it just to kind of darken it just a little bit. Maybe even add a little drop of black. See, that was good. To me, this just gives me that beautiful nighttime glow. They're still lit up, but you just see it's nice and it's dark. Let's go on this side. Same old color here. We're just going to just come in here and just highlight these. And all we're doing is we're pulling out these tree shapes. That's all we're doing here. And just pulling them out. Take your time, put them in, just like that. And on this side, we just continue working with those colors. Same more colors. You can change this up however you want to, but I just wanted to use some phthalo green to just add a few of these in. Again, like I said, you can change it up by adding more phthalo green. You can add phthalo Prussian blue in here and add it to it too, and just change it up however you want. Okay, good. And then I will scratch in just a few little things over through here, just to give me some background stuff. Okay, you can do that wherever you want. See over here. Okay, and if you want to get more detailed with it, you can always just throw in a few little darker ones in here. Just like that. Simple and easy to do. But just take your time with it and you can get so many beautiful details out of your paintings. So many. Okay. Alright, there we go. Good. Okay, so now we have our beautiful little trees and bushes and stuff in here. I want to start working on that water. And before I do that, I want to clean up the trees down here at the bottom, okay? But we'll start working on this water here once I get these little plants cleaned up. So I'll tell you what. We'll go back up here to the canvas here, and we'll take this 1-inch brush here, and we'll start cleaning these up. And I'm going to start pulling down this color. And I'm not doing it for a reflection. Obviously, I would need a lot bigger than this for a reflection. What this is going to be for is just so I can clean it out a little bit. And if there's a little bit of that reflection there, who cares? It'll just help the overall water anyway. Even if there is. I'm going to take and beat that brush out. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of titanium white on my brush. I'm a big old 2-inch brush. I'm going to go over here to the side over here. I'm going to grab this water, pull it over. Just grab it and pull. Grab it and pull it over. Just like so. And I'm going to take the brush and just go over like this. You start seeing this water come to life. A little more white. Just like so. And I'm just going to soften this paint. Just going to soften it some through here. Good. Then I will take a fan brush that's got some titanium white on it, and we'll just load it back into titanium white again. Okay. And there's a little bit of phthalo green on this brush, but it's not really important. If you've got a clean one, that's fine too. And we're just going to do some rocking motions in this water. Just like this. Now, that camera angle may show it looking crooked, but we'll have another camera angle here in a little bit that'll show how much actually how it's going on straight. Just like so. in there good. And then we'll take our Hake brush, and then we just soften it real quickly. We'll soften it down. And then I will grab a liner brush, and then we'll thin down some of that white paint. And then we'll come in here and do some of these little lines, just like so. Just like this. Just like this. Some little lines and ridges and things in here. It just makes this water look little more realistic in here. This is not a realistic painting, obviously. We got some pretty wild colors, but you know, I love paintings like this that are kind of go beyond the realms of natural. But it's not too far off, I guess. But it's, you know, a lot of people will say, "Oh, that's not right. That don't look right," etc., etc. It's called your artistic license. Every artist has one, but not every artist will use one. And the ones who do use them are usually ones you hear of. I'm going to take that old palette knife now, and I'm just going to take some of that titanium white on the little small edge of the knife and just run it through here. Just run through here. Kind of like that, so that moon's kind of beating off this water a little bit. Then I switch to the large edge of the knife. Boom. Boom. And don't worry about getting those little extras on the side, because when we take this Hake brush here now and go over it and soften it, it gets you all them things you wanted. There you go. And then I may just add just a few more of these little water ridges in here with this liner brush. Boom. I love adding these in here with the liner brush. I think it just adds so much more character to the water, and it makes it look so much more nicer, I think. There, good. Good, good. And then I will take my palette knife again. And right over here, I want to add a mountain. Oh, not a mountain, but a rock. I'm going to take some black paint. And right over here, I'm just going to add a big, strong rock. Big, strong one. There's right there. Maybe some blue and black and brown in it. Worked umber. See that rock? Just fill this corner in. We just take this 1-inch brush here, it has some darks on it. Just fill it up, and then I will just highlight that with the same old color we used for our mountain earlier. So that go right down that mountain. That's why I said preserve some of that color. We're going to need it later, so I want to put a rock down here. All that beautiful, beautiful color is going. You see that? Beautiful rock. Beautiful. You can even take some of that phthalo green color if you want to and rub it in here, like it's the shadow as well in here. Phthalo green and white. Simple to do. Simple to do. Something about like that. Okay. And then I will just run that brush through here at the bottom. And then I will highlight me a little bush or tree there. And then back with that black and stuff that's on this liner brush. And just throw in a few little things. They're living under this rock here. Okay, you see them just living here. But you can add as many or as few as you desire to. Okay, and with that, we've got ourselves a finished little painting. Okay, so I just got finished on my painting. I do hope you enjoyed painting with me today. I know I enjoyed painting with you again. This one's a fun project. Try it out. Send me a picture of what you do. Join us on Facebook on the Brandon's Wet on Wet Club. I'll have a link in the description below so you can join in on us and learn to paint with each other. Because I really want everybody to join in on there. Post your paintings, and we want to see what you do. This one's a fun one. Blue, beautiful black gessoed canvases are always fun to do. You know, those colors just really pop. So I do hope you enjoyed painting with me again today. I want to thank you for painting with me today. I love you, but Jesus loves you more. And I'll see you real soon.
The Painting with Magic Show with Brandon Thomas is brought to you by BrandonThomasArtSupply.com, home of the Brandon Thomas product line, and by the Brandon Thomas Instructor Team. Go to BrandonThomasArt.com to find an instructor near you.